What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Roma Monster coming at you here from beautiful Mexico City. I am in front of Fuente Cibeles in La Roma Norte. Today's video, I want to do something a little bit different. I want to finally, once and for all, answer the most common question that I get from people in the US or Canada or Europe regarding Mexico. Very simple question: is it safe? Well, that can mean different things for different people. So we're going to do just a first person point of view walkthrough a couple of different neighborhoods here in Mexico City at night, and you can see with your own eyes whether or not it looks safe to you for your situation. If you're like me and you're a 6 foot plus, 190 pound guy, something might feel safe for me that does not feel safe for you. So I'm going to show you guys what the surrounding area is looking like in the evening and let you all be the judges of that. Okay, guys, you ready? Vámonos. Yes. Foto? Juntos? Okay. Conmigo aquí en el medio. Okay, we're doing a photo, guys. ¿Está bien si grabo también? Okay. Doing a photo. Estamos hablando de seguridad aquí en México. Perfecto. Ya, mejor. Y gracias a ustedes. Okay, so yeah, perfect timing for the safety video here aquí en la Ciudad de México, en la Roma Norte, la colonia más segura. Okay, that was really random and a little intimidating. I just started to film the intro to the video and there were like 20 local PD walking towards me and I was like, oh God, what have I done? And then they were super friendly with me and wanted to do a photo together, group photo. So that was pretty cool. All right, guys, and I guess that kicks off the video. It's not quite dark yet. We're right at sunset here in La Roma. And I will start heading toward, I'll put up on the map where I am at any given moment. Now, La Roma Norte is considered one of the safest, if not the safest, neighborhoods in Mexico City. So I wanted to start with this neighborhood and just kind of show you guys around, give you an idea. There are a few areas that are a little less clean, less desirable, and less safe. I'm in definitely one of the safest, most populous kind of areas right there, Fuente Cibeles. I'll put up on the screen where that is. All right, guys, we're here on Álvaro Obregón y Monterrey in La Roma Norte. We're gonna walk on Obregón for a while, see how things are looking. It's just after dark right now, about 7 o'clock. And we'll see also how this DJI Action 5 Pro does in the super night mode, filming in super low light. So far things look really good on my screen, at least. Let me know in the comments how the video quality looks for you guys. Now, right off the bat, guys, here's a Circle K, and if this was my city, for those of you who don't know, I'm from Portland, Oregon. If this was my city, there would at least be a couple vagabonds and hey, drug addicts sitting out front of that Circle K. So that spot looks super clean. I used to live over in this neighborhood, guys, and me and Anna were walking through here on Christmas Eve. It is now the day after Christmas, and we did notice it seemed like a little bit dirtier, like there was a little bit more trash on the streets than before. So we'll walk back into the neighborhood off the main road here in a little bit and see how things are looking back there over near the plaza and beyond. I'll walk through a number of different plazas and parks in this video at night. That's kind of a gauge for me. How safe is a neighborhood? Well, it's only as safe as its parks. Now, I've lived in places or spent time in places like Quito, Ecuador, for example, where a lot of neighborhoods in Quito, if you're a gringo, foreigner, you pretty much have to go indoors after dark, and I hated that. I'm the kind of person who just loves to be out walking in the evening. So that's one of the questions of this area, this neighborhood. Is it walkable at night? Is it safe? And once again, I'll let you guys be the judge. For me, I always felt pretty safe in this neighborhood. But things do change. As I said, it's been a few months since I've lived here, and there are these kind of lesser populous streets with lower lighting, and that's part of the point, is to walk down some of the side streets and through some of the parks and just take a look and see how we feel. So we're actually going to walk by my old apartment building and see how my old neighborhood is looking. Now, for those of you who don't know, this neighborhood has gotten insanely expensive. It used to be you could rent an entire apartment for around 7,500 to 10,000 pesos, and now you can pretty much rent, if you're lucky, a room in an apartment with a shared kitchen, shared bathroom for about 7,500 pesos, if not a little bit more. And so in an upcoming video, I'm going to show a different neighborhood that might interest you guys, where the prices are still a little more reasonable, and it's only about 10 minutes in an Uber from here. It's also really easy to get there in public transit. So I actually used to live in this building here, one of the older buildings in the area, but really nothing wrong with it. And we really like this area a lot. We're here on Guanajuato and Jalapa, and Yacumanca right there is a fantastic restaurant. So we always felt fairly safe around here. But we're gonna walk over to Plaza Luis Cabrera and see and see how that's looking. This is one of Anna's favorite ice cream spots, Fredo. We had the cousin company in Ecuador when we lived in Cuenca, Tuto Fredo. They have a really good dark chocolate ice cream. Alright guys, and we're here now, just about to cross the street and go into Plaza Luis Cabrera. See if there's any malotes hanging around in there. And then we're gonna go to another park where something kind of crazy happened. Jardín Ramón Velarde. We're gonna go over to that park, down more toward Roma, a little bit farther south in La Roma. And something shocking and disturbing happened when I was down there with Anna. Let's just say that she thought there was this guy doing yoga. He was a ways away from us. And let's just say he was doing something a little more inappropriate than yoga, right in the light of day. And so if that was happening during the day, I kind of wonder what might happen over there at night. We're gonna walk over there and take a look and just walk around. I'm using the Action 5, which is a pretty tiny little camera, so I feel pretty safe walking over there by myself with just this little camera. And we'll take our chances for the sake of showing you guys. But if you appreciate my efforts, please do smash the like button for me, subscribe if you haven't already, because there's always a little bit of risk walking around, walking through these parks. Not so much this one, but the next park that we go to, with a camera out. I always love this guy right here in Luis Cabrera. So much character. Yeah, I used to come over here and drink my morning coffee. Really like this spot, and I'll put up on the map where we are right now. We're gonna walk farther south into La Roma. And as the night grows later, we'll see if we notice any significant changes as far as safety goes. Another thing, guys, that you have to ask yourselves when you're asking, is Mexico City safe? You have to ask the health questions too, the air quality. For those of you who are sensitive to air pollution and smog, is it safe in that sense? Are you going to feel good here? I personally am in that category where I'm a little bit sensitive to poor quality air. It hasn't been too bad because of the holidays. There's been less traffic. But I had a buddy of mine, Dave, shout out Dave, who kind of gave a shot. He gave it a shot moving here and living here for a few months, and he just recently went back to the Pacific coast of Mexico, and his exact words were, "I could not breathe." So I'm only here for a couple weeks. I don't think I could live here because of those issues. People tend to have sometimes, breathing issues, or also skin issues, things like eczema and other kind of inflammatory things going on because of the air quality. So if you are considering moving here, think about that, consider that, and maybe take a little trial of, say, maybe 1 to 3 months here, like my buddy Dave did, to see how well you tolerate it. Some people have told me, oh, it's just the altitude, and we were in Santa Fe the other day at about 2,600 meters, and yeah, that's fairly high, but we actually lived much higher than that on the outskirts of Cuenca in Ecuador, and I had less issues with the breathing. So I think some folks are in denial about it. It's not just the altitude, the elevation, it's the air quality for sure. All right, guys, we're coming up on one of my favorite spots for caldos de pata, patas de gallina. This place right here, Don Luis, caldos de gallina. Definitely try this spot if you're in the area. Amazing prices. I'll probably be coming back here in just a moment, actually, if they're still open when I'm done filming this video for you guys. Alright guys, we are now on Coahuila y Orizaba, and just about to Ramón Velarde, Jardín Ramón Velarde, where Anna saw something she wishes she did not see. Now, when we first came to this park was right after we moved into the neighborhood, and we wanted a place to come do some fitness stuff, yoga, and also there's a gym over here, kind of like a free outdoor gym where people do all sorts of different types of workouts. And so I don't think me and Anna ended up coming back together after what happened here. Unfortunately, there was a guy who was, let's just say, completely without clothing, doing something inappropriate in the bushes, and I think for Anna that was a deal breaker. For me, it wasn't my favorite, but you know, that comes back to what we said in the intro of this video. It didn't exactly make me feel unsafe the way it would maybe make a solo female feel unsafe. And so already walking through here, I'm getting kind of a little bit of a quiet, eerie vibe. But my purpose here is to try to bring you guys a real life, live FPOV kind of look at these parks and certain places where you can decide for yourselves whether or not you want to come at night in La Roma. And I think for the most part this is probably pretty safe until maybe a certain time of night. Maybe don't come after 10 p.m. Maybe don't come by yourself. But as of right now, I'm still seeing people, you know, playing basketball over here. A few people doing some exercise. So not too bad. So yeah, for those of you fitness enthusiasts, this is the spot I was talking about. You can come do pull-ups, climbing, exercises. There's one guy who sets up his speed bag and does some boxing stuff over here. Got basketball, some full court games from time to time. Just right over here though, guys, like right here, that was where the guy was sitting doing inappropriate things, and me and Anna were just right over there doing some exercise. So even if something seems safe, like even in broad daylight, you know, still keep your wits about you. And in Mexico City, and really any big city, even especially actually in the US, just I've learned to expect the unexpected. And by no means is this video meant to make Mexico City out to seem dangerous at all. I would say it seems and feels a lot safer than my own home city of Portland. So hopefully you guys are you know, understanding that. And like, so there's certain parts of this park that are incredibly dark. Like, I'm not gonna walk down here. I mean, it just makes sense to stay in well-lit areas and with other people around, ideally, as well. Yeah, super dark back in there. All right, guys, you know I had to stop and fuel up. So of course I stopped at my spot. I've been missing this spot. Caldos de gallina, Luis, and I actually got myself a caldo de hígado. Es como comida de campesino, como peasant food. I love it so much. The prices, the quantities. Check this out, guys. So I got this liver soup with garbanzos, and it comes with all these tostadas right here. Salsas, lime, onion, of course, but look at this. For 55 pesos, arroz, garbanzo, hígado de res, and that is a straight up meal here in La Roma for under $3. So not only do I consider La Roma to be incredibly safe, I also think there's these hidden deals that still make it affordable. So I'm going to dig into this, and then we'll keep going on our walk, first person point of view walk of La Roma. If you guys are enjoying the content, smash the like button for me, subscribe if you haven't already. It does truly mean the world to me. You all are helping me live my dream life and my dream of being a YouTuber. So thank you. All right, let's try this liver. All right, we are now entering Jardín Pushkin, and as you can see, we've got kids, families, people out enjoying the evening. This is Alexander Pushkin of Russia, poet and novelist. So that is who this park is named after. And so I just wanted to show at least 3 parks in this video. When people ask if Mexico City is safe, usually I respond, not only is it safe, look, this puppy agrees, he's having a blast. Not only is it safe, it's also incredibly clean. One thing Anna was pointing out the other night when we were over here, there's almost no trash cans, yet you see very little litter or trash on the ground here. This is a very clean and safe place for the most part. And the crazy thing about that to me is that right over here you have the bus and metro station. So as many of you know, watching from the US or maybe a major city in Canada like Toronto, if there was a park like this with this kind of proximity to public transport, like in my home city of Portland, this would probably be full of vagabonds and people doing drugs. And while there is somewhat of a sewage smell, and we have maybe 1 or 2 people sleeping in the park, it is not a complete disaster. It's still safe for families and people to come with their dogs by themselves. We actually took the bus from here after our Christmas Eve dinner at like 10:30 at night and felt completely safe. So hopefully, guys, this content's enlightening for some of you thinking about moving down here or calling, Mexico City a part-time home. I've toyed with the idea of living here during the summer months and staying in Playa del Carmen, where I currently live, during the winter months. I think this is a delightful city. I think La Roma's gotten a little expensive, and as mentioned, I will show some alternative neighborhoods, maybe a little bit in this video, finishing out at night, and maybe in some upcoming videos I'll show some of those other neighborhoods that people don't talk about. Most folks, when they think about moving to Mexico City, there's places like Coyoacán, La Condesa, La Roma that are mentioned in that first breath as far as where to move. And for good reason. These are beautiful neighborhoods. You can see family oriented, clean, safe. And I'm just walking around with my Action 5 out in my hand, no pasa nada. So yeah, you can see the families are happy, the dogs are happy. And for the most part over here too, guys, like the buildings are really well maintained. There's less graffiti. And as mentioned, I mean, there's no trash in the streets. All right, guys, I am now in the Doctores neighborhood, which butts up to La Roma Norte. Definitely a little rougher around the edges. We're getting toward 8:30 in the evening, and I'm gonna walk here on Velasco all the way to Parque Lázaro Cárdenas and see how things look. You can see things aren't quite as rosy and pretty as they are over in La Roma. But overall, I think this area is still fairly safe. We're just gonna mess around and find out. I'm gonna walk by one of my buddy's businesses over here, Salon Coiba. My buddy Juan, if you're in the area, definitely check out his bar if you're into cigars. He's got some good Nicaraguans to smoke. So I'll be over there in a little bit. For now, I just want to take a straight walk down through here, Velasco, all the way to Parque Lázaro Cárdenas. Permiso. And I would say, guys, so far, I don't at all feel unsafe over here in this area. Just know that when you go past Jardín Pushkin into Doctores, you're no longer in that like Gringolandia kind of bubble of where you're gonna just see a ton of expats or immigrants, gringos, whatever you want to call us. And we're now getting to the Niños Héroes metro stop here in Doctores. You can see this is the metro right here. We're gonna keep going on Velasco for a little bit and just kind of see how the neighborhood continues as we go. Smells like some herb right there, definitely. Now that's one thing that brings me to a point, is that you can't smell what I smell when you're watching this video. Certain areas have strong sewage smells. That Jardín Pushkin area there did actually have a really strong sewage smell that I didn't notice a few months ago last time I was here. So and then those guys I just passed, let's just say there was a very strong herbaceous smell. So the neighborhood over here definitely has a different vibe, but not necessarily unsafe, just a little rougher around the edges. Looks like there's a little burger spot over here. Go see how that looks. I'm always interested in finding hidden gems. I'm gonna show you guys a burger spot if I get over to that neighborhood in this video. There's a little new burger stand. Wanted to show you guys. This one smells really good. Huele rico. Al carbón. Qué rico huele. Gracias. Acabo de cenar, pero volveré. Mañana puede ser. ¿A qué hora cierra? A las 11. Ok, puede ser más al rato. Gracias. So yeah, those are some grilled burgers right there that smelled fantastic, but I just had that huge soup, so I'm gonna keep on walking that off for now.
Estamos por aquí dándole elotes servidos, traemos patitas de elotes y mollejitas. La rica mollejita, señora, venga, acérquese, qué buena patita. Traemos patita de pollo, traemos esquites y mollejitas, oiga, las mollejitas, oiga, qué buena mollejita le traigo.
Alright guys, we're about a block away from Parque Lázaro Cárdenas here in Doctores, and as you can see, things just keep getting just a little less polished, a little rougher. And some of you may be thinking at this point, hey Rope Monster, why are you so crazy? Why are you just walking into the unknown filming? Well, I've been doing this kind of thing since I was like 17. My first solo trip abroad was to St. Lucia by myself in the Caribbean, and this is back before Google Maps, and I would just kind of walk around exploring. I back then didn't have a video camera. I was lucky to have disposable cameras to get some still shots, but you know, I would go through shanty towns and crazy places, way rougher than anything like this. This is still pretty decent over here, in my opinion. We've got some really cool street art and murals, and I would say there's just a lot of character over here for sure. Would I come walking over here by myself at 1 or 2 in the morning? Probably not. But I think 8:30, 9 o'clock in the evening, no pasa nada. So let's go see what this park is like. I have no idea what to expect. I haven't even looked at this on Google Maps. And I'm just, you know, this is what I live for, is just walking and walking into the unknown, exploring areas I haven't seen before. I know that the Buenos Aires neighborhood to the south of here, I guess it's to the south, is a little bit worse actually at night for sure. So I might not walk through there with my camera and my phone and all that, but I will at least cover this area right here. Alright guys, we have arrived Parque Lázaro Cárdenas. Let's see how this compares to like Luis Cabrera, Pushkin, and Velarde over there in La Roma, where we just were. So definitely a little bit of a different vibe. Not seeing so many kids, not quite so many families. So I think that just speaks to what we were talking about earlier, is that any given city can be incredibly safe. It just really depends on the neighborhood. That goes for any major city in the world, whether it's Athens, Greece, or Chicago, or Toronto, or Mexico City. And that's a lot of the point of this video, is to show you guys where you may want to go at night and where you may want to avoid. So hopefully you find some value in this. And I am now kind of getting toward the border of Doctores and Buenos Aires. So let's see how much farther I go before it starts to feel unsafe, sketchy, before it starts to feel like I'll be having to buy a new DJI Action 5 Pro. Don't want to have to do that. Alright guys, I'm still in Doctores, and as you can see, it's getting just a little bit dirtier, a little bit grimier. I'm kind of right where Doctores borders Buenos Aires, and so I think I'm going to take a right here and go by one last park, Parque Las Gráficas, and then circle back around, because yeah, it's getting to that point where, you know, no longer feeling too rosy. It's not feeling so great walking around with the camera out at this point. Still not bad. I mean, there's worse places in Portland or Seattle, obviously, but I also wouldn't be walking around those spots with my camera out either. All right, we're now at the metro station Obrera, right there. Obrera. We're gonna walk, circle back around. and we're gonna go meet Anna. Anna is actually going to meet us for the end of this video, and we're gonna see if we can take public transit together at around 10:30 and see how that feels. We don't take a lot of public transit. We use it sometimes during the day. We take a lot of Ubers, but we're gonna go ahead and take it tonight and see how it feels at this time of night. And once again, guys, if you appreciate this raw kind of vlog style FPOV video walking tour, please smash the like button for me to let me know you enjoy it, and subscribe if you haven't already. It means the world to me. And I think me and Anna may be taking a little ice cream break. I think that will be in order for sure. Now at this point, I don't know exactly where I am. I think I'm pretty much on that border between Doctores. Buenos Aires would be down that way. I've been told to avoid that at night. I've walked through there during the day and it was fine, but you can see the buildings are looking a little bit more run down, and kind of feeling like I'm in no man's land here. Actually, this is pretty getting a little sketchier. We've got rats. I don't know if you guys can see that giant rat right there. Hey buddy. And he looks like he has plenty of food there. Tons of trash. So ooh, that is a bad smell, guys. Be grateful that you can't smell that. Oh, ooh. Time to keep on moving. Oh, that's rough. But yeah, Mexico City really does have it all. And just keep this in mind, guys, when watching this video, that things change drastically from one neighborhood to another. So if you know La Roma and La Condesa, don't think that all of Mexico City is like that. It can change rapidly. Okay guys, and yet another park just moments from that giant pile of trash where the rat was. This is Jardín de las Artes Gráficas. We're just gonna take a quick tour through here, and then I've got to get moving and go meet with Anna. Looks like we've got some police patrolling the area, and so, you know, truly I don't feel unsafe. I just don't feel that same pleasant, happy-go-lucky evening vibe that I felt over at Pushkin. But still doesn't feel terrible. Still some families out enjoying the evening. So you can see why the prices in La Roma are what they are. It's just a very pleasant place to live. Here we even have some tents in this park. People, homeless folks living in the park, it looks like here, which is starting to look a little more like my city. Shout out to all of you watching from Portland. So I would say this is just not a very desirable place. And there are parts of Doctores that are actually quite nice. One of my buddies does live in Doctores, but this is not the area where he lives, so. All right. And as you could see, the closer I was getting toward Buenos Aires, the worse things were looking. And so better go meet Anna instead of going deeper into the unknown over there. I will see you guys momentarily. Hopefully you're enjoying the content. I'm just really enjoying getting my steps in and doing what I do, exploring the unknown. And for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Really appreciate you guys checking out the content. See you guys in a little bit from a different part of Mexico City. Look who I found. Anavis. Tan guapa, mira. Bueno, almost to Buenos Aires. Yeah. ¿Dónde vamos? To the left, to the left. All right, as promised, guys, we're gonna take some public transit here at about 10 p.m. and see what that looks like. We're here at the Jardín Pushkin stop for the Metrobús. So let's see what this is looking like. And we're just gonna kind of ride it for, we're just gonna ride it for like 10 or 15 minutes and see what the experience is like. Jardín Pushkin. There you have it. Just took public transit a solid like 15 minutes across, I won't say across the city, but to Alamos from Doctores. And yeah, felt completely safe. It was a little crowded, a little uncomfortable. Had to stand the whole time. For those of you who don't know, there's a women and children under 12 section on the bus, and then the back of the bus is for men. And so here we are, you can see the Alamos sign. And now we're in the Alamos neighborhood at around 10 o'clock, and this feels completely fine. You want to go this way? So far feels completely chill and safe over here, very quiet. And that kind of segues into what I was talking about earlier, is there's neighborhoods near La Roma that are a lot cheaper, and I want to cover those in coming videos. Places, if you're thinking about moving down to Mexico City, where you could consider. Each neighborhood has its pros and cons, which I would cover. Like this neighborhood, for example, is fairly close to the airport, and so you have airplanes flying overhead constantly. But overall, the cost of living is good, the food is good, the rents are way cheaper, and so I'll also cover the safety of this neighborhood. But it's one where I come often to eat. There's my favorite birria spot in Mexico City is here on Xola, so I'll show that as well in a coming video. They've been closed because of Christmas, which has been frustrating. I'm dying to get those tacos. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the content and this kind of style of video, smash the like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't already. Oh, yep. And there goes one of those airplanes right overhead. All right, guys, thanks for stopping in for the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. If you found any value in this, let me know. If you guys are familiar with the neighborhoods I covered in the video, let me know in the comments what you think of each neighborhood. And I will see you guys in the next one. Rope Monster out.